Not sure what that. Okay. Make sure the audio's on. Ah. Okay. I think we're good. So, the Grim Forest is finally unlocked. Explore an uncharted land. This gloomy forest hides untold mysteries. Delve into the fog and reveal its hidden secrets. Battle new bosses. Deadly new threats lurk within. Complete with unique combat mechanics, can you conquer them all? Exciting challenges, some of Raid's most difficult challenges await within the Grim Forest, along with incredible rewards. Show us your skills! So let's go to it. The Arbiter is here to guide us along our way. Blanketed by mysterious fog, the Grim Forest is a terrifying place. Powerful magic changes the forest structure over time, changing the path that each time you enter. Now let's find out more. The darkness of the forest hides its true threat. Leashin, the entangled one. Traverse the gloom, defeat the lumbering lord, and free these lands. You'll need to find the 3 grim crowns to take on the Shun to defeat it. It kind of looks like the dude from Davy Jones' Locker. You know what I'm talking about? During your time in the Grim Forest, you can only use a limited number of champions. First up, you'll need to choose the champions you want to explore the Grim Forest alongside. Team decks. You'll need 2 team decks to form your overall squad. Only champions in the squad can be used within the Grim Forest. Choose wisely. You can only make changes to your squad using a special resource. For each battle in the Grim Forest, you will receive a random number of champions from each of your decks. Distribute your most powerful champions across each deck carefully. Okay, well this is a lot to look at. Oh. So, right out the gate, I've been kind of torn between 2 sides. Do we want to put basically all our like damage on one side and then our support on the other, or do we want to do like half and half? Should we do maybe attack and debuffs and then defense and HP with like revive and buffers? I think we're going to kind of mix it. That way we have more rolls to get like the, what do you call, the like roundup that you would want. And I haven't done a whole lot of research, but from what I've seen, you do need heal reduction predominantly. And other than that, just pretty much whatever you want. Starting out, obviously we're going to do Lazarius. And then for Team 2, let's match that with Teox. Dracomorph can go over there because he does weaken and decrease defense. So there we have an attack and a support. Do we want to put... What do you think? Is Necmothar worth bringing in? He does put out a leech and a decreased attack. Yeah, we can do that. And then I'm thinking we try to do Bolent. Let's bring in the chicken. I'm thinking Sun Wukong. And what's one more Skinwalker? Let's see. Oh yeah, Maruuko would be good for a support. Now, we need to get our heal reduction out of the way. I know we're going to bring Little Miss Annie in as one of them. Oh, more to Macabre. Yeah, why not? I didn't know, I didn't realize Tormund brought in heal reduction. But he does. That could be one to bring in. So we've got more to Little Miss Annie and Tormund. Archbishop Pinthroy could be a good choice. Does Vulcanin doesn't have guaranteed. He can just bring out any debuff, basically. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're not going to bring him in. He's not consistent enough. Ghostborn. I mean, he could be useful for decreased defense, increased attack, and the decreased defense cannot be resisted. And heal reduction. I don't know. He's pretty mid-tier, so I don't think we're going to bring him in. Let's see, we got 4 people for Lizardman, we got 4 people for Skinwalkers, we got 4 people for heal reduction. Now let's look at some rebuffs. Oh, and also we're going to do Commodus and Vulcanin. Wherever, or not Vulcanin, but Volcanos. Now I'm thinking Raglan could be good for a cleanse. Where is my ball? There he is. I'm also thinking Vizig. The poisons and burns would be really useful to have. Oh yeah, Saint Nick got that buff, so we gotta bring him and Lady Noelle. Bad L, or not Bad L, but Prince Kymar could be a good one. He can strip and reset cooldowns. Oh, Wallmaster. Yeah, we definitely gotta bring him. The block buffs, and he self buffs, and he does enemy max HP, but he's got a pretty strong A1 as well. Okay. We gotta bring in Siegfried. He can work as both a support and a damage dealer. Same with Nell. And since we got Vizig on one side, I think on the other side we want to put Gizmak. And it wouldn't be a deck without Lydia, but let's put her over here on the more support focused side. Oh, we need one more on the support to equal this out. Would it let us bring Mikage twice? It will. Geralt could be good just for waves. Is Crockett considered? Yeah, he is considered an orc. So we could try to get an orc team going as well with Raka, Packmaster, and Argaz. Where is Argaz? Where is Argaz? Are we able to search for the champion? We are. So what are we looking at here so far? We've still got, what's that, 3, so 8 spots left. We got, so for the last 4, who are we thinking? What are we lacking? We got Raglan on one, Rock on another. We got Lady Noelle for a reviver. I feel like we need... What does Lady Elvira do? I know she does a little bit of cooldown, strength, and continuous heal. Speaking of which, we need to bring in Senna. Definitely. So she brings a cleanse. And a really good heal. With strength and continuous heal. I don't know on her. Think we're going to bring in Tremaria for support. Then on the other side, Odin could be good. Can never go wrong with Ancora. Bring in Armand's on one. Senna, definitely. What's Clodna do again? Decrease speed, leech. A decent heal. Cleanse and a block debuff and revive. Okay. Let's try her out as well. Where'd she go? It's only 4-star though. We might swap her out for someone else. We need a ninja. I don't guess we need him, but it'd be nice to have him. Wixwell, maybe? We don't use him very often. Frony would be really good for keeping the team alive. But we've got a lot of magic on here. Let's see. How many damage to dealers does that give us? 1, 2, 3. Vulcanus, Bolin, Wukon, Thrala, or not Thrala, Little Miss Annie, Sigfrin, Dog, Guy. Yeah, I think we're good on damage. What are we looking at revivers? 1, 2, 3, kind of with Sigrun. 4, 5, 6. Revival and Death for our bias, and Clodna, Mariugo. I think that this might work. Let's go with it. Now you're ready to venture into the murky depths of the Grim Forest. Good luck. Okay. So we have 30 energy to start out with, and I'm pretty certain that resets every day. And we can go... What is this? Okay, so the blue is where we can go. We can go up here and fight more too. When entering battle, you'll receive random champions from your team decks. For different battles, you'll receive a different number of champions to choose from. Let's find out which champions you'll get for this battle. So you draw random champions. And we get to pick from... Fates has made its choice. Now it's your turn. Choose the champions you wish to take into battle. So we can make a Skinwalker, or not Skinwalker, we can make a Lizard team. We can do Pack Masters. We didn't get Lady Noelle, so we can't really do Noelle. I think we'll go Lizard. We can do 3 Lizards. And so we've got a Sima, Reviver, Teox for damage, Dracomore for debuffs. We could do Wallmaster, or we could do really just we could do Wallmaster and Raglan, or we could do Packmaster and Crocat. But I'm pretty certain Teox is going to be fine for the damage, so let's do Raglan and Nish or Gizmak. Put them burns out right out the gate. And let's go. Everybody starts out with a Veil. It's not showing a Veil buff, but they look like they have a Veil. Or no, they have Burn. Watch Teox just one-shot them all. Yep. But this is stage 1. Still starting out at level 220. That's I could see this scaling up pretty high. And then we got Mortu here. Is his peril just automatically active? Well, that's a little bit scarier. See if we can take his turn meter down. No. Oh, Gizmak can put out a nuke here. Not what we wanted. Since his peril is already active, I don't really guess it matters that we hit him repetitively. Damn. He went right for the Teox. Mortu looks cool under that veil. Well, at least the round doesn't continue to go on after you kill the main boss or whatever. So we got 75 hard tokens, 10 extra Grim Gold plus 6, so 70 Grim Gold, 3-star chicken, 5 magic brew. Okay. Now how much XP do we need? I don't know, but I want to go over here and get that energy. So yet again, we're going to do Teox, obviously. We're probably going to do him every time that we're able to. Bring in our bias. And Ninja for crowd control if the freezes. Yeah, let's do that. Go ahead and build up Teox's power a little bit. Oh, these are only level 150. Ninja freeze everybody, or just kill everybody, that works too. So yeah, the first few stages seem to be pretty easy. Only 50 XP for that one, so I guess it's 75 on the bosses, and then 50 for a standard. We are level 2 now though. Increasing your squad progress level grants you trait cards to choose from, which offers stat bonuses. You can choose one trait card per level gained. There are uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary trait cards. The higher your level, the rarer the cards. I see speed, ignore defense, crit damage, crit rate, pretty much every stat. These are interesting. Yeah, this is very interesting. So we get the Grace of the White Stag, plus 2 speed, plus 20 accuracy. Eagle's Courage, plus 10% defense, plus 20 accuracy. And Tome of Invigoration, plus 10 HP and speed 2. Yeah, I think we're going to go with the Tome of Invigoration, the plus 10% speed and, or sorry, 10% HP and 2 speed. We found a chest. It's an ambush. The Grim Forest hides much treasure along with its winding paths, but beware, enemies will ambush you and try to stop you. So does that mean we're... Okay, I thought it was going to be the Mimic. So the chest, it gives you 10 XP, 110 Grim Coins, and Bloodbriars? Are these for relics or armor? Either way, we got 10 rare and 5 epic. Okay. What do we got here? What is this? Scattered throughout the Grim Forest are altars. There are 3 types: Curio altars, Aid altars, and Redraw altars. Discover them to find more about what they do. Okay. We got 1 redraw altar. Now you can redraw champions for a battle 1 extra time each day. Oh, so it carries over throughout the rest of the month. Okay. What's this golden foot? Got a chest. We discovered a new curio. You may find curio chests. Curios can give you a tactical edge in battle, so don't miss out. Collect and equipped. What is this? Blister Core. Decrease each enemy's HP, attack, and defense by 1%, 1.5%, and 3%. So at rank 1, it's 1%. Rank 2, it's 1.5%, and rank 3, it's 3%. Okay. What's this? Stat bonuses that you can receive from trait cards. These stat bonuses apply only within the Grim Forest and apply to your whole squad. On your journey throughout the Grim Forest, you'll discover altars that activate various effects for the current rotation. Keep exploring to find them all. This is where you can manage your curios. You can unlock up to 6 curio slots by finding curio altars when exploring the Grim Forest. Okay. Yeah, this is very in-depth. What are these? Grim Crowns to collect 3 to unlock the final battle with Leash and the Entangled One. Okay. Oh, I see Kaja the Rye up there. What do we get access to? Our bias. Argaz. Crocad, Raka. And Siegfried, I'm thinking. That should work. We strip them shields off? Yes, we can. Way to come in there, Sigrid. So these are level 250. Split out our block debuffs. What do we got here? See if we can put out our weaken. Yeah, on most people. If not, just outright kill them. Hit 605k on that one Ugo. Can we block any skills? No. We got Torment. We need to be careful about what buffs we put out due to him. Let's put a leech out. Provoke everybody, that's nice. This should finish him off. Oh, wow. Surprised it didn't. Go get Torment out of the way. So whether you're fighting somebody or just taking a step in one path, you're going to be using up one energy per action regardless of what that action is. Oh, I can definitely live with that. Do we want to bring in a designated rebobber or just have, we could have Odin for control, or we could have Armons for control. I think Odin because he can deal damage plus control, but he's bringing decreased defense, which Dracomorph already does, and our bias brings Leech, which Necnomorph has. We might do Ancora since she brings a shield and we don't have anybody else with a shield. And she has a cleanse too. Yeah, we'll do Ancora. There you go. Block the buff so Maneater can't put unkillable. Did not land on everybody. Let's take him out so it can't land. And now we're to Kasha. Let's see. Ooh, what a tanky Timid. Let's get this shield up. Can we land the weakens? Yeah, we did. That hurt him. Take that block debuff off, replace it with a block buff. Level 275, they definitely have some stats on them. Ooh. I wonder if Dracomorph has gear on. For him to have not landed some of his debuffs and get killed that easily, I'm curious. If so, he ain't got very good gear on. Blocked all but one rebuff, I'll take that. Got him. Oh, what do we get here? We got the new armor set. Quite a bit of it, too. What does it do exactly? One piece, 20 resist, two piece, 15% HP, three piece, 8% speed. Four piece grants the wearer one total guard stack at the start of each round. Excuse me, each stack blocks all incoming damage and any associated effects. 5-piece, 12% speed. 6-piece grants the wearer 2 stacks of total guard at the start of the round. Each stack blocks all incoming damage associated effects. 7-piece, 20 more resistance. 8-piece, 12% more speed. 9-piece grants the wearer 3 total guard stacks at the start of each round. Each stack blocks all incoming damage associated effects. Also puts a total guard stack at the start of this champion's turn if they have no total guard stacks. Ooh. Well, that's... sounds kind of OP. It's like kind of like Stone Skin, but only blocks one hit. But every single turn. And we're getting 40 resistance, 32% speed, so almost a third more speed, and 15% HP on top of all of that. It seems like a really good gear set. And we got a couple of mythical pieces. Notch Revenant, Bannerlord, Shadowkin, 110 XP. Okay. Level 3. What do we get? Divine Sanctuary, 10% defense, 20 resistance, 10% defense, 20 accuracy for Eagle's Courage, or 2 speed and 20 resistance for Arcane Ward. Thinking we do either Eagle's Courage or Arcane Wards. Think 10% defense, 20 accuracy is better than 2 speed. We don't really need the resistance. Okay. And that appears to be a dead end there. So let's go on this way. Extra Grim Charms. 4 powerful bosses roam the Grim Forest. Each one subject to Deletion's power. Defeat them before taking on the Entangled one, and they won't appear in the final showdown. Okay. Who do we got here? Maximos, the Weeping Blade. Attacks all enemies, increase the duration of all debuffs on each target by 1 turn, and instantly activates 1 poison on each target. Ooh. Say 2, Bringer of Desolation. Attacks all enemies twice. The first hit places a big version of Weaken and a 20% poison sensitivity for 2 turns, and the second hit places 3 5% poisons for 3 turns. Ooh. A3, Exude Death. Attacks all enemies. Increase the cooldown of all enemy skills by 1 turn. Places 5% poison on each enemy for 2 turns. The number of poison debuffs placed on each enemy is equal to the number of skills currently on cooldown. Removes all debuffs from Maximos and places a poison cloud on him for 2 turns. Ugh. Living Tragedy passive whenever Maximos is attacked. Decreases the duration of all buffs on the attacker by 1 turn. If the attack lands as a weak hit, decreases the duration by 2 turns. Fills Maximos' blade by 10% whenever he receives a weak hit, and nothing too crazy. Maximos and his allies are all immune to poison. Enemies under poison will receive 100% more damage from poison, so really that's like a 50% poison sensitivity. Whenever Maximos or his allies are attacked by an enemy under poison, decrease the active skill cooldowns of any allies targeted by that attack by 1 turn. Occurs once per skill. Also instantly activates all poison debuffs on the attacker whenever Maximos or his allies are attacked. Occurs once per skill. Now that sounds pretty intimidating. We really need a lot of block debuffs and cleanses. No teams of the week yet. We got Raka that can cleanse. Lazarius can block debuffs. Lady Mikage can kinda do some buff manipulation. This is gonna be a rough one. We'll try it as is. At least we get Sir Nick and Noel together. I don't know if Mikage's the choice or not. We might want Raka. Yeah, I think we want Raka because she can cleanse. Okay. Let's see how the first boss goes. Does he not have minions? Oh, he's tanky. What? I don't get how it keeps poisoning me like this. This is pretty scary. Yeah, I think we'll have to come back to that. I'm not sure if Lady Noelle was missing some gear, or what exactly was going on there. I'll have to think about that a little bit more. Definitely an interesting boss. Freaking Leonidas with his unkillable. Takes forever. 6 stacks of decreased defense. Make that 7. Wish Gizmac would have been, well, didn't really matter. I was gonna say, I wish he would have been in his first form to put them burns out, but he hits hard enough that it didn't matter to begin with. Come on, Siggy. I'll take it. 60 more HP. What do we got here? What's this purple thing? Another Curio altar. Okay. We're about to hit level 4 as well. But we only have one Curio to use. And we hit a dead end, so let's go this way. We found a chest. And that came with 4 more of these blood briars. I still don't know if those are for relics or if they're for gear. What else at the vendor? We got 500. Squad shuffle. What does that do? Let you replace 5 champions within your current squad. Okay. We got a hypnotic statuette. Places a stun debuff on one random enemy on every 8th, 7th, and 5th turn taken by all champions, and it cannot be resisted. Now, are these a one-time use, or do they go for the rest of the month? I think they go for the rest of the month. Decrease each enemy's accuracy by 3, 5, and 10, depending on the rank. Decrease each enemy's HP by 3, 5, and 10. Falling Stone decreases the damage all champion allies receive from poison and HP burns by 10, 20, and 50%. Deals damage to 1, 3, and 5 enemies equal to 5% of their max HP on every 8th, 7th, 6th turn taken by all allied champions. What's a vendor chest? Contains a random material, artifact, or accessory. The gear grants historical blah blah blah. What's Shattered Spear do? Decrease each enemy's attack by 3, 5, and 10%. Get a rank 3 of that, that could be very useful. The large vendor chest says it contains a random mercurial artifact or accessory too. Does it give you more? It doesn't really imply that it gives you any. It sounds like it just gives you one. But if that's the case, why would there be such a price differential? What we got here? A mimic. Oh, I hope we get one of our heal reduction people. Not all treasure is what it seems. Some chests are actually mimics. Dark Souls. Dangerous enemies that seek to devour unsuspecting adventurers. Defeat them to earn more rewards than usual chests. Okay. We did not get Little Miss Annie. Did we get any of our heal reductionists? I don't think so. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. Maybe we can just raw damage through it. Trying to see if I'm overlooking something, but I don't think so. Let's see. Maybe if we can deal enough damage, it won't matter. Sumakage, Ninja, Teox, Sigarin, and Lydia. And hope for the best. I don't know how tanky he's going to be. Man, that's very Dark Soul looking. So we can definitely deal more than a quarter of his HP in one attack. Or I don't know. Maybe not. We might have to redraw on this. So freezing the little, well, you can't freeze it. I was gonna say freezing does nothing, but you can't freeze it to begin with. I do wish I had some heals. Yeah, we're gonna have to re-roll. Did we get a heal reduction this time? Yes, we got Penthroy. Okay. So Teox, Raglan. Make sure these people are geared. Sir Nick is. Where's Lady Noel? Oh, Mrs. Claus, where are you? Real, where is she? I don't think she's in the vault. Oh, she is in the vault. Okay. Let's see. So we need a stone skin shield for her. Wouldn't really be good in this fight, but I'm wondering if Feral on Lady Noel wouldn't be a good choice. Like I said, not for this fight, but in general. Yeah, let's do this. Throw some glyphs on here. Oh, that was brutal. Damn. I'll take a 6. Everything else clipped. Oh, we don't have HP on that one. Let's fix that. 4. Lame. We don't have HP on a lot of these. Weird. I don't know how we overlooked that. Only 1% on that one. Why did I upgrade everything except for HP on these? She definitely benefits from HP. You don't want attack, damn it. We could take the resistance. It's not horrendous. Alright, so total skill on her, we got 72k HP, 5600 defense, 304 speed, 361 resistance, 352 accuracy. Not a bad build. I'm pretty confident with that. And then lastly, we need to check Raglan. I'm not as happy with her build. We about forgot to put Pinthroy in. We need to check him real quick, his gear. Ooh. It's not very good. Why is his attack so high? We'll try it out. He's still got 300 accuracy. We got Noel for revives. And he placed the heal reduction. That's good. It did not appear last time that they kept the, or sorry, it did not appear that the person who got devoured actually got killed last time. Hope Teox can get a turn before he does. Yeah, okay. Get a little bit of damage out. Man, Mimic is tanky though. We should be able to kill him no problem, but man, that's a tanky dude. Ooh, that smite does wonders. Got the whiplash. Damn, we're gonna have to time these stuns out better. Him stun and Pantheroid let him regain his health just then. Pantheroid get back around on that. With this right here, he can. He got insta-devoured. Well, that's not fortunate. At least the Mimic doesn't deal very much damage. It does appear like that buff to Santa Claus over there definitely boosted his damage numbers. At least on that, well, the A1 only hit 3k less. Yeah, we got this. I do wish we had a debuff extender, though. What's really happening is we need Pinthroid to take 3 turns for every 2 turns that it takes. Which does appear to be happening most of the time, enough that it will get him killed. But it is taking a while to make its rounds that way, where every couple of turns it is able to regain a quarter of its HP. Luckily, sometimes he's getting a 3 turn. Is he getting turn meter when we put debuffs out? He is. We gotta pay attention to that. I wish that if I placed a hill reduction, it would stack. He resisted the hill reduction that time. That's a 3 out of 100 chance. That sucks. This is really coming down to RNG of like if I can get the 3-turn hill reduction or not. I almost feel like you need 2 hill reductionists. Just instantly digest them. We got it. Holy cow, that was a slog. What is this? Oh, it's a fragment for Anoxia the Reborn. Well, while we're on the page, we might as well go through her kit. This is the new mythical that you get for doing the Grim Forest. On her first form, her A1, Thirsting Sword, it attacks one enemy, heals all allies by 5% of their max HP, and an additional 5% if this champion attacks a target under Leech. So her A1 has the potential to heal up to 10% of everyone's max HP. The A2 Death Plunge heals all allies by 15% of this champion's max HP. The value of the heal increases by 5% per each leech debuff on the enemy team. There could be up to 4 or 5 people depending on what you're playing, so that could be up to 20, 25. So up to 40% of their max HP. That's a pretty big heal. And then you get another 20% on top of that on a 3-turn cooldown. And any surplus heal turns into a shield up to a maximum of 30% of the champion's max HP. That could be a crazy AoE heal. And then the A3 All-Consuming Roar attacks all enemies, puts a leech debuff for 2 turns on everybody, and a provoke for 1 turn on all enemies, then puts a counter attack on this champion for 2 turns. And it's on a 3-turn cooldown. Passive. Each time this champion hits an enemy under leech, increases this champion's defense and HP by 5% up to 50. When attacked by enemies whose attack is higher than or equal to their defense, has a 100% chance of putting a big burst and decrease attack for 2 turns. When attacked by enemies whose defense is higher than their attack, has a 100% chance of putting a 60% decreased defense for 2 turns instead. Wow. That's a good passive. When attacked by enemies under a leech debuff, has a 50% chance to place a provoke for 1 turn. So she's definitely going to be throwing out provokes like crazy. Like, I automatically think she's going to be great in Hydra. Her second form looks kind of similar to the first form with more like horns, scales, whatever you call these things. Her A1 attacks one enemy, places a block buff for 2 turns, and cannot be resisted if this target's HP is lower than this champion's. I feel like in the arena, that's not going to be too hard to do where her HP scales, especially Live Arena. Frenzied Execution, her A2, attacks one enemy, ignores Stone Skin. Oh, that's going to kind of come down to the multipliers, but ignores Stone Skin, and the damage inflicted by the skill increases by 50% if this target's HP is lower than this champion. Resets the cooldown to this skill if the target is killed. Okay. And then A3 attacks one enemy. Before attacking, places 30% increased crit damage buff on all allies, steals half of the target's turn meter, 100% instead if the target's HP is lower than this champion, destroys the target's HP by 25%, or 50% if the target's HP is lower than this champion. Is that 25% of the damage or 25% of the overall max HP? If that's the overall health pool, that's going to be insane. The passive will ignore 15% of the target's defense if the target's HP is lower than this champion. Will also ignore 15% of the target's defense if the target is under a leech debuff, so up to 30% ignore defense. Every third skill this champion uses will attack all enemies instead. Oh, nice. And this champion joins every third attacking skill used by allies. This champion will use their default skill when joining in on that skill. And then ally defense in all battles by 35%. I wish that aura would have been HP instead of defense, since so much of her stuff depends on her HP. But either way, I think this is going to be a great champion. It's kind of on that line between attack or support. Level 4. Storm of Violence, attack 10%, speed 2, Owl Swiftness, attack 10%, accuracy 20, or Deathhound Hunt, defense 10%, speed 2. I think we're going to do Storm of Violence. Alright, which way do we want to go now? What is this red? Oh, nothing. There's Yannicka up here. I see Frawley down here. Let's try to get Yannick out of the way. I see a chest right past her. And we get Sigfrin to pick from. Only 10 champions to pick from this time, though. We'll do Sigfrin, Odin, Senna, Chicken, and Lydia. That should be a good one. I know the Chicken gets a lot of hate, but I think he's a great champion. He brings buff, heals, revival, and death, increased defense, all that, counterattack on his first form, and his second form puts out pretty good damage. Denied. Look at big ol' Yannick there. What? Why didn't he click the move? Kinda lame. Try this again now. Wow, I'm kind of surprised I didn't one-shot it. It's okay, we'll stun everybody. Missed out on a couple of those stuns. Wait, how did Sigfrin die? Damn, 3 turns in a row, nice. I think we'll try to get a weekend. Oh wait, we can't until Lydia gets another turn. Can we extend this one more time? No? Maybe we'll get lucky and she'll get them both next time. $85K from Odin there. There we go. 457 on Sigrun. How many coins we got now? 760. And Grim Gold. What is Grim Gold for? I don't know. So the Grim Gold gets you the vendor chest, and the gold coins get you these, like, relic things. Rank up. Okay. So now we got 1.5. We get one more to be a full 3%. Let's go up here and take on Frawny. Wondering if we want to swap out Mikage and Ninja for Noel and Santa Claus again. Feel like we may need a reviver for him. I don't know. I think we'll be okay. Brawny's not that crazy. What did this say? Grove Forest will be another thing that makes it more free to play, so I'll love it. More free dailies. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, come in there, Ninja. I do really like this game mode so far. It's definitely the most challenging thing I've seen in Raid in a long time. What do y'all think? Is this Cursed City 2.0 or something totally new, or do you think it's too hard, too easy? I feel like it's definitely got a challenge. Oh, they got Senna. What we got here? Millie, Tormund, Senna, and I forget this dude's name. Oh, he's gonna die before his teammates do. If we could kill Millie, it would definitely, yeah, shut the cooldowns down. Alrighty. That wasn't bad. And we get some more Cursed Remnants. I've yet to pull a mythical from it. They say it's at 2.5%. I've pulled 30 of them by now, probably. Still no mythical, so I've got to be getting close to one. Level 5. Hey, we got a 2-star card. Brings our HP up to 20 and plus 4 on the speed. Okay. Let's get this chest. Ooh, we got some legendary blood. We got 8 mythical blood briars. Awesome. Looks like that's all that we can do today in it. Let's see if those oh, they redid the Bastion. I haven't even looked at this yet. Nice. We got Jingle Elf over here, rollerblading, Lady Noelle sitting there. So, I don't know, this might just be the same one they had last year, but it looks nice either way. Are y'all doing the Xenomorph chase? Greetings. Congratulations on completing the entire hard mode Doom Tower at the start phase rotation. Which secret room challenge did you find the most difficult to overcome? I don't remember. I did them all. I feel like... Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the Doom Tower secret rooms could use a little bit of buffs. They're not really in line with the challenge of Curse the City or the Grim Forest now. When they were released, they were definitely challenging, though. Also, there is a new code. It's just called Grim Forest. Let's go ahead and put that in. I don't know if it's capitalized or not. Nope, just Grim Forest. And we get an energy refill, 300k, 50 multi-battles, and 15 potions. We gotta do our Chimera. Oh, ancient shard, nice. See, what do we got here? Champion training event. Oh, you get a 5-star or a 4-star assault from it. And it caps you at 1,500 a day. Hello, potions, here we come. Go ahead and throw some potions in real quick before we do our chimera. Won't take just a second. Yeah, I'm optimistic about this Grim Forest. I think it is a much needed challenge. I think the mythical has a lot of potential, and it seems huge. Oh, we gotta check the relics. It is a whole new set of relics. Okay. Well, what do they do? How do we even see what the relics do? There we go, relic index. So, the rare, the Hoarder's Cauldron, accuracy is the main stat, going up to 96. Then HP, then defense, where it has a 20% boost up to 30, 40, 50% to ignore 10% of target's defense when applying debuffs. Don't really care about, 10% ignore defense is cool, but that extra 100 accuracy is even better. The Still-Eyed Cutter, attack 398, 21 crit damage and 28 accuracy, where it has a 20% boost up to 30, 40, 50% to ignore 5% of an enemy's defense when attacking, and it's got a circle gem slot. That's not a bad one. I don't know if it'd be as good as the Malefic Talon or not, but it's definitely in that same line. The first epic, Revolting Seedling. It is 6,000 in HP, 200 defense, 28 resistance. Whenever the wearer receives damage, has a 20% chance to heal themselves by 20% of the damage, boost up to 30, 40, 50%. I like that one. You got a 50% chance to heal 20% of the damage received. On enemy max HP skills or just like one-shotters, that could definitely be a make it or break it. Then we have the Compass of Anaxia with 96 resistance, not too crazy about that, 3,000 HP, and 6 speed. Whenever the wearer is under a crowd control buff, all turn meter fill effects increase the wearer's turn meter by an additional 20%, boosting up to 30, 40, 50. So it doubles when fully ranked up. It will double the amount of turn meter filled if you're under a CC. That's a good one. Then on to the legendaries, we got the Spore Burst Rod with 96 accuracy, 204 attack, and 1,662 HP. Whenever the wearer places a poison or a bomb, has a 10% booked up to 20, 30, 35, so has a 35% chance of placing a second debuff for 2 turns. Only counts on debuffs placed by active skills. So when someone like a Cometus, you've got basically a 1 out of 3 chance of doing 4 bombs instead of 2. That's pretty wild. And it's got a triangle, a square, and a circle gem slot. Then we have the Solmar Crystal, another legendary, with 6,120 HP, 12 speed, and 28 resistance. Once per round, the wearer has a 100% chance when booked of activating an instant turn effect when 1 or more allies are killed. That's insanity. We want that one. And it's got 2 circles and a diamond gem slot. 100% chance to get an extra turn when someone dies. You put that on a reviver, someone dies, boom, there you go, bring them back to life. Like, cut line, everything. Then into the mythicals, we've got the Coronet of Gloom, 40% crit damage, 3,185 HP, 6 speed. When all the wearer's allies are dead, places a block damage on the wearer for 1 turn. No percentage, that's just automatic. Has a 10% booking up to 20, 30, 35. 35% chance of placing this buff when a single ally dies. So, if you're the last one standing, you automatically get a block damage. But when anyone dies, you get a 1 out of 3 chance, a little bit more than 1 out of 3 chance of getting a block damage. And it's got 2 triangles, a pentagon, and a circle gem slot. The Lens of Intangibility. Whoa, this is the big boy here. Plus 24 speed, 204 attack, 28 accuracy. The wearer ignores 10% of a target's defense, just flat out. At the start of the round, places Perfect Veil on the wearer for 2 turns. While under a Veil or Perfect Veil, the wearer ignores an additional 5%, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20. So if they're under a Veil, they ignore an additional 20% of the defense. So 30% defense ignore on the first turn under a Veil or Perfect Veil. That is phenomenal. And then that comes with 2 triangles and 2 circle gem slots. So I would say in order from worst to best, man, they're all so good. I'd say the Still-Eyed Cutter is probably the worst. The 50% chance to ignore 5% of enemy defense while attacking. That 5%, you can get that from a 2-piece Fatal set, so that's nothing crazy. The accuracy alone, plus the 10% ignore resistance on the Hoarder's Cauldron, that might be next in line. Let me see. Yeah. We're going to go Hoarder's Cauldron, or Still-Eyed Cutter, then the Hoarder's Cauldron. Out of the 2 epics, probably going to put Revolting Seedling below Compass of Anaxia, because if you're going up against, in the arena, someone who's still in turn meter, the fact that you can get your turn meter back twice as fast, or, sorry, if you got someone like Tremeria that's immune to CCs, her turn meter fill will be doubled, and it'll get you back up there twice as fast as it normally would. Plus, fully upgraded, it has a plus 6 speed. As far as the legendaries go, definitely Soulmark Crystal. That is one of the, probably in the top 10 relics in the game. Plus 12 speed, and you get a 100% chance to get an instant turn when 1 or more allies are killed once per round. That is just phenomenal. Out of the mythicals, they're both amazing, but I'm going to go for the Lens of Intangibility as the top one out of them 2, just because that 30% ignore defense, that makes it to where either you can choose a different main mastery, or you can eliminate Savage gear and use a whole other 4-piece gear set. That's actually a little bit stronger than Savage. Plus, you get 24 speed on it, and 28 accuracy and 200 attack. But that 24 speed boost, and all the gem slots that you get, and everybody has tons of circle gems, and triangles ain't too far behind it. The Coronet of Gloom is still great. I mean, that 40% crit damage, and the ability to put a block damage 1/3 of the time whenever someone dies, and guaranteed if you're the last one standing, that also could be great for revivers. So yeah, the new relic set's phenomenal. We have a Yuletide event going on. We got Spider Turn Attack tomorrow starting. Festive offers that have not appeared in the shop yet. What else we got? Yuletide Champion Training, we already talked about that. Yuletide Drop Fever. Doesn't really say anything, much details about what's coming. There we got Sir Nick again on the picture. I'm really surprised that we didn't get I mean, maybe to be next week, but I'm surprised we didn't start a fusion this week. Alright, let's get into our Chimera. What do we get from Hydra? Getting some soul stones. We pulled like 80 of them last night. We maxed out our soul stone chase already. So we could pull these. I don't know if it's going to necessarily move us up any on the leaderboard though. Let's see. I don't think it will. We're 1,000 points below third place. And we already got the mythical and legendary book out of it. I think we're just going to sit on them till the next one. We didn't claim our clan boss this morning. And nothing exciting from this one. Couple of epic books and an ancient soulstone. What do y'all think of the Xenomorph? I'm kind of holding out my opinion until I get the 5-star soul. I think that the extra defense and accuracy and crit damage will make like a huge difference. Or I'm hoping it will anyways, and the blessing as well. But let me know what you think about it. I think Predator is better. But of course it should be because he costs money. But then again, it'd be nice to give the free-to-play players something like that's better for a change. See, affinity, red and blue. Wondering if we want to swap out our bias for Grand Oak Podrick. I don't know. Our bias, we can do decreased speed, leech, burns. Ninja has burns, burn activation. Kage does a weaken. Ninja does decreased defense. We got continuous heals. Let's do this one for the damage run. Plus, our bias just brings increased accuracy, turn meter fill, all that other stuff. Actually, we need to let him go first before we start putting out buffs. We can still go ahead and put the leech and burn out though. I feel like we could have done a higher difficulty. Kind of sad that we didn't land our weekend. Weak Affinity and Ninja still putting out some numbers. $80K plus 20 for the, I think it's Helm Smasher that we have on him. I don't remember specifically. $118K plus 3160. And we just did like 200K on Ninja. I gotta give him credit. He has been great from launch. Well, not the game's launch, but since he came out. Almost 2 mil on that hit. When you have good A1s, a provoke doesn't matter. And with Mikage giving Ninja all them extra hits, he's almost constantly going to have decreased defense out. Wish some of Newt's not retaliation, relentless would proc off. Kage hitting for 109K is nothing to scoff at on an A1 either. And of course, everybody knows Senna's turn meter manipulation. $714K a hit. Not bad. We'll let some of these buffs fall off. We might need to let Ninja throw out some of his freezes. I know you can't freeze him, but I think that's how you ramp up his passive. think you have to hit all the skills. I could be wrong, but I'll read it in just a second. Yeah, you have to use all three. Okay. I think we need to bring our bias back into our main form for a minute. Put increased accuracy on everybody. The hell was that? Looks like Newt's hitting harder for turn two. Not sure why. Started out around 5 or 600k a hit. Now he's up to almost 800. $337 on Ninja's A1. I think 10 mils enough for that. Yeah. Just barely, but yeah. Almost forgot about Siege. How could I do that to my clan? I don't know, maybe Newt's not doing more damage. He's just got a wide range of what he can hit. $841 on that one. Every time I say that, he hits a little harder. Then he'll go back down a little bit, then he'll go back up a little bit. I'm not sure what the thing is with him. Well, I've done my part for the plan. Wish I had more attack tokens. Man, my free-to-play clan's getting wrecked. See what we can do on here. 904. Something's escalating with Newton. I'm not sure what mechanic's making him do that. Okay. Probably auto that. Only 30 energy. Kinda sucks. Doing over 800k with all the bonuses on the A1. If we could take this all the way to 65, we'll definitely get over a bill. I wish Ninja had a meter next to his passive that showed how high his scale was up to. That extra quarter mil every other turn from Smite, would that be about the end of 65? Like 30, 32 mil more damage? Maybe not that quite that high, but no, it wouldn't be that. It'd be like 15 mil more damage. Either way, it's a lot more damage. Puts a stun on one turn on a random enemy every 8/7 fifth turn, takes all ally champions. Yeah, that's a great one. That's going to help out dramatically. If it's not a protected buff, we have to let all them fall off before the end of the 25th turn. We go up against the Venom bitch next. I cannot stand her. She ends my runs more than any other head. Although I'm not sure what she does in place of a revive on death. I don't know if that's a strategy we need to use or not. Not 29 on that one. I guess really just the trick is to make sure that hope that you can get the block active skills out. Definitely going to hit that billion mark. Happy about that. Oh, that sucks. I look away for 2 seconds. So Ninja did outdamage Newt by about 20%. Damn. Didn't expect to get hit like that. Where's Eric's? There she is. Our teams are still active and undefeated. Love to see that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I gotta go to bed, get ready for work. Y'all have a great night.